This is Patrick Russell. I'm interviewing Bill Byers for the first time. This interview is taking place at La Fiere battlefield on June 8th, 2014. The interview is being conducted by the Making History Project. It's for a project named War and Peace, Memories from World War II. Why don't you tell me a little bit about how you landed here in Normandy?
We were trained in England mostly to build Bailey bridges, and when it come time to hit the beaches, the first of all, building the Bailey bridges, we were so good at it that they had us to come back. You know, the guy that invented the Bailey Bridge, they said it'd take 40 men, 4 hours to build a Bailey Bridge 100 feet, and we did it in an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow!
So
and what is a Bailey Bridge?
It's
exactly?
Steel panels and they're probably 4 by 6 length and weigh 600 pounds.
And it's used for crossing rivers?
Yes,
and
rivers and canyons or anything like that.
Is it meant for vehicles or people?
Both.
Okay.
Anything, you can go across anything if you build it strong enough. Yeah.
All right.
We trained in that for months, and one time we'd build it, and then we'd go up and take parts off, you know. And one time we worked 22 hours at one stretch, and I was in the line. I'd go to sleep and bump into the guy in front of me, you know, standing up. It was so tiresome.
You're saying 22 hours in a row?
Yeah.
Building a bridge?
Well, building and tearing it down. We took build them and tear them down several times.
And was this just for practice, or this was here?
I think, you don't want to put that down, but I think the officers had a bet on my platoon can beat your platoon. Okay. I think that. Now, that may not be true.
Okay. So, you were telling me earlier that you landed here in Normandy on D-Day +6.
That's right.
All right. Which beach did you come ashore on?
Utah.
All right. What did you see when you came on D-Day +6?
I saw a mess. It was tore up pretty bad, you know. But on that deal landing, we were so good at it that when they told we were supposed to hit the beach first, the very first ones to clear the mines and get the other troops so they can come on in, you know.
And what was your role? You were in the combat engineers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And because of that, we built the bridges so good and so quick. They stopped us as we rolled toward the LSTs to go across, and they said you were too good at building Bailey bridges for you to go first.
So that's why you came on D-Day +6.
That's right. We would have been D-Day had we not done that.
Right.
And that was the greatest thing that ever happened to us, and it was bad for the 299. They took our place.
So all that practice that you put into place,
yeah,
in England worked out well, because that basically meant that you
very well.
You didn't have to land on D-Day.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Now, when you say that you landed on D-Day +6 and it was a mess, can you tell me more about what you saw in terms of it being a mess?
Well, of course, wrecked. Everything wrecked. You know, you had trucks wrecked, dozers, tanks knocked out of action, and stuff like that. You know, of course, I couldn't see the enemy. It was just, and we go to bed at night, the jury would come over strafing, you know. We'd all get under the truck, meet there.
Okay. You're talking about like the Stuka dive bombers?
Yeah, I guess that's what they were.
Okay. How long did you stay on the beach when you landed?
Quite a while. We would do work there. We'd go out to areas where they need some work done, you know, anything.
What did you have to do on the beach? What type of work were you doing?
We worked on the roads. I remember running a jackhammer. One day we run that jackhammer all day long, and I was so sore the next day I could hardly move. But stuff like that, you know, working,
building roads,
cleaning up roads, doing stuff like that.
From there, where did you go? From the beach?
We one night I was on guard duty while we were there when we first got there, and the guns shooting over us, back and forth, it sounded like machine guns. There were so many of them. And I thought at that time, there is no way to get out of this alive. But made it.
Okay. Now, I'm glad that you mentioned that. Some would say that war is hell. Have you heard that phrase?
Yes, I have.
All right. Do you agree with that phrase?
I do.
Tell me how you agree with that phrase.
I saw so many dead people, you know. I saw truckloads of our men piled on a truck as high as they could get it and hauling them out.
So these would have been your colleagues and comrades piled in trucks?
Yeah.
And being taken back towards the beach, I guess? Or?
Yes, that's right. Back to our headquarters there to be buried or whatever.
And these trucks were coming from the beach or coming from the front somewhere?
No, the trucks that picked them up, well, they would come from the beach out to pick them up, you know, and they would load them there.
When you arrived on D-Day +6, did you still see bodies on the beach?
Not on the beach, but scattered along as we went.
Okay. And what other experiences did you have that would say that war is hell?
We were out on we went out, there was 4 of us on the Jeep, went out to do some little job, I forgot what it was, but on the way, while we were there, somebody hollered gas. And
Gas?
Gas, you know. And we jumped in the Jeep to head back to camp to get our gas mask. And the guy driving the Jeep, we got into a traffic jam, and he go forward. Now, he done that for about 10 minutes, back and forth. He was wanting to get out of there, but he couldn't.
Okay.
And we got back and got our gas mask, and I made a little promise. Never will I be caught without my gas mask.
At that moment, you were terrified.
Really?
You were out in the middle of a battlefield in a truck.
Yeah.
Somebody's yelling gas.
Yeah.
And you don't have your gas mask.
I don't have it with me.
And you're stuck now in a traffic jam.
It's back. Yeah, it's back at camp.
Okay. Any other similar experiences like that?
Oh, I don't know. It was tough all the way through. We would work and we worked a lot, you know, building bridges, blowing them, laying minefields. We were laying a minefield there between we and the paratroopers and the Germans. And this paratrooper came along. He said, "What kind of outfit are you guys in?" And I said, "We're combat engineers." And he said, "I wouldn't want no part of that." A paratrooper said that.
Yeah. Were you personally involved in removing mines?
You know, I never moved one. What we did, somebody moved one and it blew up. The Germans had slipped back in and put a mine, a little mine under it that if you lift it up, They all go off.
Oh, so they put a double mine.
Yeah. But just enough to set the big one. The big one, it's like big around for tanks, you know.
Okay.
And we would lay the minefield, and you have to have an accurate record of every one you put down, like a minefield, you know.
On a map.
On a map. So
so you were involved in laying the minefields.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And we had one guy that I don't know how he did it, but he was setting the mines, and one went off and blew his leg almost off. They said I didn't see it. They said he grabbed the muscle and just tore it off and begged them to shoot him, but they wouldn't do it. But he died in a little while.
And he was in your
yeah, in our outfit. Yeah.
in your outfit.
Yeah.
These experiences that you had in terms of war being hell, have they had an impact on you today?
No, none at all.
And when you got back home,
None.
it didn't have any impact on you?
None at all.
Good for you.
Really, it didn't. Yeah. And I saw some pretty rough stuff.
Okay. Now,
I saw a GI truck. You know what a GI truck is? I've seen them loaded to the top with dead bodies and hauling them back to the grave, I guess. Yeah.
were you involved in Bastogne?
I was at the Battle of the Bulge. I had a bridge set ready to blow if the Germans come our way, and we stayed on it 5 or 6 days, and we got word that we were surrounded and to go ahead and blow it, and we did that. Then we went down the railroad track, getting out of there, down the side. There was a little road beside the track. Went down and came to a railroad bridge, and we blew that one too while we was there, and then we got on out of there. So that's all the damage I had in the Battle of the Bulge.
So you blew some bridges. Okay. And it was pretty cold, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, they said it was the coldest in 20 years, and I certainly believed them.
And you didn't have winter outfits, did you?
Well, I think we had a little bit, but not enough, you know.
And how was the food supply when you were surrounded?
Well, we had sea rationings for Christmas dinner.
And then from there, where did you end up going from the Battle of the Bulge?
Well, we went on. I have a map. I wish I had it here. I gave some of them one of the maps. Shows our trail all the way to the south part of Germany. And I've lost my train of thought here. Before we went on, we stayed in a chateau.
Okay.
And we stayed in one here, and the headquarters stayed in another one there. And we would go over and do guard duty, etc. We was there 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, real nice place, you know. The walls was thicker than this table.
Thick walls. It was like a castle.
Yeah. And we would go there, and on the one they were staying in had a horse, half a horse, built on the ceiling with a man riding it with a spear, you know.
Oh wow! So some armor.
He looked like he was ready for war.
Okay. And that must have been a nice house to stay in.
It was. We weren't staying in it. We were staying in the other one, and we was on guard duty there.
Okay.
That was real nice to stay there before we went on.
Now, the opposite side of war is hell. Sometimes there's peace also.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the book War and Peace.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any experiences of peace during war?
Well, we a couple of times I met some nice looking girls.
French?
French.
Okay.
And that was fun.
All right. Did you have any other interactions with civilians?
Not much. Not very much. You know. They. In fact, I don't even remember any. The guys.
How about with the enemy? Did you have any, besides combat, did you have any interactions with German soldiers at all?
No, no.
Okay. And did you ever make it to the 38th parallel? Did you see the Soviets at any point?
No.
No?
I've never seen them. We went from there. After that, we went. I was on a hill about. I was probably 200 yards from the bridge at Remagen.
Okay.
And they, we had charged that. Our combat engineers had charged the bridge to. No, the Germans charged the bridge to blow, and they didn't do a good job. And but we got a lot of tanks across. The 10th Armored did that saved hundreds of lives to get across that bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Did you help to disarm that bridge?
no, they were sailing across it. I stood there and watched them on the hill, and it finally fell in. But the German people, the German military, executed the engineer that tried to blow the bridge.
Because he didn't do his job well
He
enough.
didn't do it good enough. Yeah, that's right.
And that guy was somebody that was doing what you were doing.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I thought sure it was Hitler that sent word down to execute him because it was really an important bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, important. Saved lots of lives. Then we were building. I don't know who was building it. I thought we were supposed to, but we didn't. Treadway bridges across the bridge at the same time. So when it fell in, we didn't lose any time.
Oh, so a tank could go across on a track.
On the Treadway bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you experience any acts of kindness from civilians, whether they gave you housing, shelter, food?
Oh yes, the Belgian people at the Battle of at the Battle of the Bulge, we stayed with a family there.
Okay.
There was I think 6 of us, maybe even 8, I don't know, but we stayed with that family and they were real nice. But they would live just a little ways from the bridge. We could walk back and forth.
Okay. And you bunked in their property.
Oh yeah, it was so cold.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Well,
Anything else you'd like to add?
I was just thinking. Up there, after the Battle of the Bulge, things went a lot smoother. You know, we moved across the country nearly all the time, and finally we got down to the end of the country there, and there was a little river there, and we built a bridge across it. And Patton came over the bridge, and he said, "Damn good bridge."
Really?
Really?
And that was a bridge that you built?
Yeah, we built. Yeah.
Nice. Do you remember where that was?
I don't remember the name.
You don't remember the name of the river?
I looked at it on the map there, but I still don't remember it.
Okay. Oh, good job.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time today
Yeah.
and speaking with me.
Yeah.
And thank you for your service.
Yes.
And enjoy the rest of the week here for the 70th anniversary of D-Day.
All right.
All right. Thank
We'll
you.
do it.